What's up, fam? We're back with another video. I know it took a few days off, but look, I'm back today and I'm ready to cook something great with y'all. And honestly, I don't know what I'm making today. I literally just turned the camera on, put my microphone on, and turned the lights. I'm all like, what should I cook? And I'm gonna cook with y'all whatever I feel like I'm in the mood for today, just because I didn't have anything planned. Now when I have something planned, obviously, you know, I'll make something good. But today we're gonna keep it simple and we're gonna keep it quick, okay? So today we have the Quaker Oats old-fashioned oatmeal, and we even have some water. We're gonna be making some oatmeal with some Greek yogurt with some berries. This is what I like to eat before I go and work out. All I did this morning was roll out of bed and go on the treadmill and do my 1 mile walk that I usually do in the mornings. So that's all I've done today. I got a little sweat in, but I haven't officially worked out. I haven't had any food in my system. So today we're gonna be making that. And honestly, I made this one time. I don't know how I made it. So we're gonna try it again. But we're not gonna cook it the way y'all make it in the microwave. We're gonna kind of do it over the stove. So I'm gonna show you from A to B how to make this oatmeal and how to make it delicious, okay? So we got our bowl, we got our spoon, and we got our scale, okay? Very simple. I'm gonna try to make this as fast as possible. That way y'all can see how quick and easy it is, okay? We got our oats, as you can tell, they're almost done. I've been eating these for a while. So, let's see, how much is one serving? 40 grams is one serving. We're gonna do 40 grams, one serving. We don't need to do 2 servings, okay? So these are gonna be carbs. This is not gonna be protein. This is gonna be something to fuel you for your day and for your workout. So this is a great way to start the day. Sprinkle it in there until you get like 40 grams. $36. Oh, 41. Okay. 40 grams of oatmeal inside the bowl. Okay, we haven't put nothing else in here, just the oats. Give it a little spin, mix it up, make sure that's the right size you want. And this oatmeal does expand because it does get the water in it. It soaks up all that water. All right. So once we got our oatmeal, now I did want to use protein, and you definitely can. But I think I'm gonna wait until after the oatmeal is done cooking. I don't wanna mix the protein powder in there and then mess it up when it's on the stove. Okay, so we're gonna do the oatmeal and we need to add some water. Okay, so let me grab the water, and I think for every 1 serving of oatmeal is 1 cup of water. Now, some of y'all may use milk, some of y'all may use oat milk. Whatever you feel like you desire to use it. But I'm gonna be using water just because, you know, we're doing the oats. I don't want nothing really heavy before workouts. So we're gonna do 1 cup of water. Let me grab the water. All right. This is my water. This is what I like using. It's quick. I can just fill it up. And yes, I drink a lot of water, so I gotta buy these big jugs. So I believe 8 ounces is 1 cup. All right, 8 ounces. Now we got our water, we got our oats. Let's go throw this on the stove. All right, now once we got our oats and our water, we got our pan nice and hot, and it's probably honestly too hot. I left the stove on while I was talking to you guys and starting the video, so might be a little too hot. Let's see. That's very dangerous, don't do that. Don't do it like I just did. But you put your 1 cup of water in there, and then you're gonna throw your oats in there. And you're gonna bring this to a nice simmer, nice boil, light boil, nothing too crazy. So I might wanna turn this down. Now, keep in mind, when you do it over the stove, it is gonna take a little bit longer just because the water has to heat up. And when you do it in the microwave, don't get me wrong, it comes out great, but the texture of the oatmeal is very different. Okay, I've noticed that when you put it in here, it just doesn't, I don't know. Something with the texture throws me off. But I like it over the stove preferably. But if you're in a rush and you know, you're trying to, you know, get something quick in the morning before you go to work or on your lunch break, microwave is definitely a great option, okay? Like I said, I just prefer it over the stove, and I'm able to do it here. So you can cover this if you want. You can cover this with something just so it can get a little bit more hot faster and cook faster. All right, now after a couple minutes have passed, maybe about 5 to 7 minutes, you want to open this up and make sure there's no oatmeal sticking to the bottom. Okay, so just give it a nice little spin. As you can see, it's heating up and the oatmeal is cooking. I'm not gonna lie, guys, it smells fantastic. Now at this point, if you want to, you're more than welcome to add some of your favorite spices, seasonings, whatever you guys like going on. Me personally, I like some cinnamon inside my oatmeal, so I'm gonna sprinkle some of this in there while it's cooking, just so that cinnamon can absorb inside the oatmeal. So just like that, got the cinnamon inside the oatmeal. We're gonna go ahead and spin this bad boy up. Cover it back up just so that water doesn't evaporate outside of the oatmeal. All right, now while that is over there cooking, right now I have a banana and I even have some blueberries that I'm gonna go ahead and throw inside this oatmeal. I like making these videos. I like the way they turn out because I can look back and be like, man, look what I was eating. Look what type of food, you know, that helps me lose weight. I like to show it to you guys, right? I like to show you the type of stuff that I literally eat. Like, this is me waking up. I haven't had no food in my system, so I'm sharing my first meal with y'all. And I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome that y'all are able to come, find a place where you can just chill, look at how to make some good food, and overall just have some good vibes, because that's all we're about on this channel. And I know some days I miss, but this week I'm making it up to y'all and trying to get back on track, okay? We took a little hiccup there because we had an open gym, but we're back in the kitchen and we're making something good. And that's one of the things I like to tell my clients is you can continue to focus on the negative and you can continue to, you know, focus on the bad, or you can focus on the positive and you can focus on the good. You know, look forward to the good. Look at the good things that are happening. Look at how far we've come on this channel with all these recipes and all this good food. You know, just little by little. You can't just get worked up over one bad week or one bad incident. Get a napkin here because my hands are all full of banana. But yeah, don't focus on the bad, focus on the good. And I found out that when you focus on the good and you just mean well, you know, you wake up and you're in a good mood, or, you know, you just want to have some good vibes, then that's all it is about. That's when the good will start to increase and better things will happen. You know, you won't have this stress, or you won't have this, you know, negative cloud around you. You know, things are not going to go your way. You know, there's always going to be bad times, but it's either you choose to stay in the bad times or choose to move forward. I like to choose to move forward and just continue on. So these blueberries, obviously I'm not gonna chop them up, but these are something that I'm gonna sprinkle inside. I think I'm gonna go for maybe 50 grams of blueberries. I usually do 100, but the oatmeal is not too big. So carbs with a banana. You know, these carbs are your body's main source of energy. And if you go to work, your brain doesn't have any energy, it doesn't have nowhere to grab it from, so you just feel sluggish and you just feel in a bad mood, you're cranky. So come on, invest in your health, invest in that time in the morning, because it's gonna shape out how your day goes. All right, fam, so after about a good 15 minutes, this oatmeal is done. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it is very nice and soft. Whew, and it smells amazing, especially with that cinnamon mixed inside. Okay, now the next step, you're gonna simply just pour it into your bowl. We're gonna throw this in there. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna be throwing some extra flavorful ingredients. Blueberries are gonna go in there first. We'll throw these blueberries in there. Like I said, I'm gonna do about 50 grams. Let's see. Oops, that's perfect. Wow, that was perfect. Okay, 50 grams of blueberries. We're gonna do, I don't think I'm gonna do this whole banana, guys, honestly. I think I'm gonna just do half. So we're gonna do about 60 grams of bananas. There we go, 60 grams of bananas. Gotta tell y'all guys, I'm really hungry. It's about 9 o'clock now, so it's definitely time for me to eat. And we're gonna be throwing some protein in it, okay? Now, I know I said this was just carbs, and it really is. But it's always good to get a little extra protein. And if you wanna throw some protein in there, I'm going with this non-fat plain Greek yogurt. As you know, I use Greek yogurt a lot in my past recipes. So this is gonna be, we're gonna use, I don't think we're gonna use one whole serving. I think we're gonna use about 85 grams of this, and that's gonna give us about 9 grams of protein, somewhere around there, 9-10 grams of protein. Okay, so 90 grams of Greek yogurt. 90 grams is a lot, honestly. That's 75 right there on the mark. One scoop is 75 grams. So that's what the bowl is looking like. I don't know if y'all can see that. So we got our blueberries, we got our bananas, and we even got our Greek yogurt right here on the side. I want to take it a little bit further. I want to add a little bit more sweetness, you know, because me personally, I do have a sweet tooth. So I guess you would say I do love sugar, and I like the natural sugar. So I'm gonna go with this raw honey that's gonna be drizzled on top. I'm gonna use about, I say 5 to 10 grams. That's what I usually use. And notice, guys, my scale is still measuring everything. Okay, my plate is still on the scale. I'm just simply clearing it out every time I have a new item coming in. So this is just a quick way on how you can track your food, track your macros. And I have a good memory. I'm not writing this stuff down just because I already know what I'm putting in, but if you're new to this, then you might want to write it down because you will forget later after you eat all your food. So let's go with some honey just drizzled on top. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. So after it's all said and done, this is what she is looking like. Got the blueberries, bananas, Greek yogurt, honey on top of some oatmeal. And this is gonna be very, very delicious, very filling. And we even drizzled some honey over the top. All right, and now for the best part ever, moment of truth, we get to try this out. So let's go. Get some blueberries with that Greek yogurt. Look at that. This looks so yummy, bro. Like, I don't know if y'all can tell. You can use this as like a sweet treat in the middle of the night, or you can use this like as breakfast, something good and filling to eat in the morning. So I definitely would recommend trying this out. Obviously, as you can see, before I let y'all go, I wanna log this in and show y'all the macros that are on this meal, because I like to show y'all how it's low calorie and the macros behind what we make. So we got some oats. We did 40 grams, half a cup. Now we're not gonna log the water, obviously, because it's 0 calories. So we're gonna log the blueberries. We did 50 grams. We're gonna log the banana. We did about 60 grams, or you can just do half a banana. Don't make it that complicated. Half a banana, and we did some raw honey, 10 grams, and we did some Greek yogurt. And we did Greek yogurt, we did about 75 grams, that's what it was. Yep. Okay, so this meal is coming out to 330 calories with 15 grams of protein, 57 grams of carbs and only 3 grams of fat, okay? Now you're getting a lot of carbs, but you're also getting some protein in there. So that's always good. And like I said, you can always add more Greek yogurt to get more protein, but this is plenty for me. This is enough. I promise you, over the stove is a game changer. Okay, so try it out. Try this recipe out the next time you wake up, the next time you need something to eat in the morning, just so you can have a beautiful and productive day. I'll see y'all in the next video. Let me know what I should make next. Peace out.